Pozdrav vsem poslušalcem RiddimOperator radijske oddaje na Radio Študent in seveda vsem slediteljem spletne strani Reggae.Si. Danes sta z nami gosta, ki sta že leta 2008 sodelovala na projektu, po 12 letih pa sta znova združila moči in konec prejšnjega leta izdala nov album z naslovom Paint Everything White. Z nami sta Blend Mishkin in seveda Miss SugahSpank. Hi guys, welcome to our show.
Hello.
First of all, I would just like to ask, how are you? How are you basically coping with the pandemic situation and all these lockdown situations?
Actually, I'm in quarantine since today. Dart doesn't know it yet. News here, yeah. Because I found out a few hours ago that a friend that I saw 2 days ago was with someone else who has the COVID thing. So it's the second time that I'm locked in the house for 14 days for no reason, maybe.
Oh, no.
But, yeah. But it's fine. It's okay. It's weird in Greece. The thing in Greece has started, escalating a lot lately.
Yeah, it's basically all around the world, even in our country. It got to that point where everything is closed down. Blend, how are you doing in these quarantine times?
Given the situation, I'm generally good. I have a bit of pain in my neck lately. I don't know. Is this a COVID symptom? Pain, like
you have a pain in your neck?
In my neck, like.
Of course it is. It's the first symptom.
I don't know.
What?
No, don't scare him. Don't scare him. No. Maybe you just slapped the wrong way.
I don't know.
Just do it on purpose.
Blend, Mishkin, you were a long-time player in this game. You started in the 90s. You worked with many well-known artists like Gapi Ranks, Tipa Irie, Ward 21, Luciano, and so on and so on. You have your own band, Roots Evolution. Your tunes are played on David Rodigan's show. I want to know from you personally, how do you see this epidemic, this whole situation that we are pushed in, affecting the music industry in personal?
Well, definitely it affects the music industry big time. First time, I think it's the first time after many years that the whole world is experiencing the same thing at the same time. And especially artists and people who, in general, they generate an income through traveling and playing music. Things have changed dramatically for all of them.
Yes, because
not only artists, but everyone involved in this industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Because for me personally, music went from cassettes to CDs to digital platforms. Now it's come from live shows to video shows. I personally feel it's less personal than it used to be. How do you both think this is? Because you don't have any interaction with fans anymore.
It's totally impersonal.
There's no interaction with.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, continue.
I had a couple of gigs that were, live streamed. And for me, it was really fun because I was playing live. It was like I could actually play music with my friends.
Yeah.
But it's not live. It's like, it's like comparing, weed to CBD. I mean, George can tell, we can all tell the difference. The one gets you in the zone. The other one just kind of tastes like it. So it's not the same. I mean, it's good having a stream every once in a while, for the people and for ourselves, just remember kind of who we are. But I feel like I'm getting into serious depression because I'm not playing music.
Yeah,
because I'm not useful,
Personally, I can feel it also, the depression, because I love live shows. I mean, that was my my food for my soul, my everything, you know. And now basically it's nothing, and it's quite depressing. Do you think it will ever be the same after this? Do you think we will have one day again the massive festivals, massive live shows, or will this pandemic kind of contain it?
I think
it's gonna last like a sorry.
Back to normal.
I think it's gonna be,
yeah. No, go on.
I think it's gonna be massive. Like for one more year, it's gonna be like really fucked up, and no festivals are gonna be happening and all that. At least for a year, but then it's gonna be massive. Like everybody's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, you Blend. What do you think?
I'm definitely sure about that.
I think this is a very optimistic side. I think that maybe now all the governments have a secret weapon called whatever
called the virus. Yeah,
called the virus, or whatever new virus they want to. I'm not saying that it's all a lie or it's a conspiracy. I really believe that it's very serious. But I think the way all the governments are handling it is like they're conducting an experiment on people and society.
Yeah, I can relate to that, of course. Basically,
I can relate too good. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think that capitalism actually benefits from the whole thing that much. So much that the governments would care. I mean, if capitalism worked better because of COVID, then I'm sure that the governments also would, I would be sure that this would be a plan. But I think they're fucked, as we are. So I don't know. I hope it's not the case. I don't know.
I think maybe behind the whole virus thing, the governments can now do some stuff that they couldn't do before.
They can pass
behind
laws.
the scenes,
Here in Greece, all the fucked up laws that nobody could pass all these years are now passing within months.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You're not allowed to protest because of the COVID regulations.
True. It's happening also in our country. But I don't know how hard is the quarantine life in Greece? Are you locked up? Does the bars work, restaurants work, or no?
Yes, everything is closed. Everything is closed.
So everything, just like in Slovenia,
yeah. I think it's in all around Europe. It's the same thing. Even the schools now here is closed.
Yeah. Well, this week we opened our schools for the first 3 grades. So I don't know. Maybe the situation is slowing down, but I don't know. But let's get back to the music. SugahSpank, you are making music since 14 years old. And in 2006 you met Blend Mishkin. I want to know how did you two connect? How did you meet and where?
Honestly, I don't. Did we just speak via the internet for the first time? I think MySpace. Was it? I remember that you were living on a trip. I think that Blend was playing in EOS. And we met while I was driving him. I live in Pier-RootsInSession, which is like a big port, and you take the ship to go to EOS and all the islands. And I remember I took him from the train station, and I left him on the port to take the ship, and we spoke then like about one song that we were about to start recording. And we worked on a few songs, and it was a period that Blend was making this album called Misplaced, a great album of his, and he was looking for a label because there were so many labels that wanted to work with him, but he didn't have the best the best idea on how labels are working in Greece. So after working for a while together, we kind of had the idea of making a label, which was then called Cast a Blast. And Blend was the brains of the whole thing, of course.
Yeah.
And me and two other guys, BNC and Paolo, were kind of his little helpers. And it was a really, really, really fun time back then. It was a really great thing happening in Athens in 2006 until, I don't know, 9, 10.
Yeah, in 2000. In 2008, Blend produced your first solo album, The Incredible, The Invisible. And now, after 12 years, we have a brand new collaboration between you called Paint Everything White. First of all, Blend, why did you two took 12 years apart? It's a long time, you know, and I just want to know why.
It is a very big, long time. I don't know why. I think things that we used to like changed, and I don't know. It was just like it feels like a very long time now, but all through this time, we didn't have many thoughts of why. I mean, it was like natural. It was like normal.
To me, it's like 4 or 5 years passed. I mean, I don't know how 12 years passed, man.
Well, time
so weird.
Time flies when you're having fun, they say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: Did your music perception over these 12 years change from the first project to this project?
You asking me?
Yeah, you can both answer one at a time.
Yes, personally, my music perception changed in the way that I decided to be more focused in reggae production. I think back in 2006, I had my mind all over the place musically. I wanted to do a lot of stuff, and I wanted to combine a lot of stuff together. And maybe growing up, being more wise, I realized that this is not happening. I have to focus and target my energy. And so I chose to give the focus to the music I thought I was best on doing it in a way.
All right, Shuga, you? How did your perception of music change over these 12 years?
I think that I'm not that interested as much as I was back then into showing off my skills. I mean, back then it was my first album, so I wanted to fit in one album like too many musical styles that I could sing in a different way and different kinds of voices and all that. Though now it was more like I just want to make some useful songs for the people because, it's like hard times. And it's always useful to have a song that makes you feel better when you listen to it.
Yeah, so this new album was released on a beautiful white vinyl with also a beautiful cover artwork. And it's basically available on all major digital platforms, right? Tell us a little bit more about the whole album and why the title Paint Everything White, which is also one of the songs on the album. I love it. I love the song. And I want to know why this song to represent the album.
George?
I think it's more of I think we like the title of the song a lot because it's because of its meaning.
Yeah, I love the message of this song also. Yeah,
but we didn't really believe that we should name it after the song because this is the most important song or whatever. I think we just liked the meaning of the title, and this is what happens with this album. We kind of paint everything white so we can paint all over again from the start, something new.
Yeah, start fresh.
It's which is also a natural process. I mean, even nature does that.
Yeah. Everything has to start once.
Yes.
Yeah. This album was fully recorded in quarantine over a 3-month period. How did you experience the whole recording thing? Was it easier or harder? Because I know you didn't you haven't have time in the studio together. You sended files through the internet. How was it to compose this whole album? Easier or harder, basically?
Look, in some ways it was harder. In some ways it was easier. I mean, it was easy because during quarantine all the musicians were at their home standby. And they were very eager to work on music.
Yes.
So this is the good part. The bad part is that, of course, you don't have the physical presence. You don't share the same room with the musicians and between us, of course. But I think it gets you in a. If you find your workflow, then you gradually make it happen. It's not something that is very uncommon with the way I work, because most of the vocalists I work are from Jamaica or from UK, from Latin America. So yeah. I work with this all the time.
And SugahSpank, how was the recording for you? I mean, how did you feel?
I actually gave meaning to my quarantine. I think George's and everybody who were there too, because you had something serious to do every day. You felt useful, and it was a way to express, in a way, the frustration and find a glimpse of light in the whole thing, make something useful out of it. So every day, I would do in the morning the house stuff, like, cook and clean, whatever. And then I knew that when it was 4:30, I would go downstairs and I would just stay on my own and focus and write and record and all that. And it was a really good time with myself. It was a good feeling that I was working with George again. I was so hopeful the whole thing happening, because I knew that it would work. I know that when I work with George, good things are happening. And it was, in a way, it was really fun in a really hard time. It was really fun.
Well, basically, I have to tell you, I love the vibe of the whole album. I guess Where Soul Meets Reggae is a perfect representation of this project. Paint Everything White, So I'd Be Ready For You are my favorite songs on the whole album. Do you have your favorites on the album?
Actually, my favorite, I mean, I love all of them, and there are times that I have a different favorite, even though I don't listen to it. I know I have it in my head. I don't put on the album and listen to it. But for some reason, my favorite is the last one, Holy Murder Virgin.
All right.
If I had to choose from the softer ones, it would be Paint Everything White, I think.
You, Blend?
No, I don't really have a favorite. I think every track kind of reminds me of the way it was made, so it kind of has a different meaning. I would say Lost Cause is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Lost Cause is also a very, very nice track. If you could describe the whole album with one emotion or one word, what would you use? For me, as I listened to the whole album, I would say it was, for me, it was a soul regeneration.
I would say healing, yeah, which is really close.
Blend, do you have any emotional words for the album?
No, not really. if it was to describe someone else's album, I would be having it for sure. But I'll go with yours. I liked it.
Thank you. At this point, I would just like to remind our listeners, our followers, go listen to the album. Go listen it. Buy the album because you get everything you need. Everything from hip hop, soul, reggae, R&B. You can catch the vibes on Paint Everything White. Basically, I just want to get to know you a little bit more personal. So I want to ask you, both of you, who are you when you are not Blend Mishkin and SugahSpank? Who are you?
You're older. You can go first with this one.
Well, I don't know how to answer this. Who am I?
Sugar, do you have an answer?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm a regular Greek girl, but I'm not that far away. I do the opposite of all. I like cooking and creating something every day, even if it's just food or painting something or fixing something. But I like creative stuff. I'm a creative person, and I am an optimistic person, but I'm an angry person too, and I'm an erotic person, and I don't know what's the word, tebelιά, like I'm lazy a lot. I like laziness. I like nature. I would prefer if life was vacation all the time. I would be really okay with it. I wouldn't mind at all not having to do it. I'm never bored. I am never bored. That's it. I think I can sum it up.
A very, very nice answer. Blend Mishkin, maybe if I redirect, if I ask differently, what besides music, what do you like to do?
Besides music, what I like to do? I will start from Georgia's last words. I really hate vacations.
Now you know why we took 12 years to make an album again.
They bore me
as
nuts. I like to be.
Whether you love it.
They bore me. They bore me like hell. Like 2 days vacation is enough, and I have a small daughter who wants at least a week vacations every year. And she wants to spend half of the day inside the sea. And I hate this. I have to tell this. It's not that I like to work, but I like to be among things happening.
All right.
I can't stand stillness. I like to be lazy, but creatively lazy in a way.
All right. But do you like to travel when you have shows and concerts?
I like to travel when it's not my greatest thing in life.
Okay.
I like to travel at the end because I meet new people, I see new places. I have all this nice experience where you get with the traveling, where you understand it when you come back always. But I have to push myself to live at the first place.
Yeah, I understand.
If I could stay in the studio all my life, I would be okay.
You would be happy. I get it. Okay, SugahSpank, these questions for you because we just established that Blend doesn't like to travel. But if you had the if you had the opportunity right now to visit any country in the world, where would you go and why?
Any country in the world. I would actually, for some reason, really wanted to go to Egypt this year, and because of the COVID thing, I didn't make it. I recently started traveling, around the East, and I really love it. So I would really want to go to places like that and figure out more about all of that, even more. Maybe Syria or all of that. But honestly, whoever told me come to, I don't know, the shithole of the universe, whatever, like
you would go.
It's the worst place in Greece. I would go because it's a trip. I love traveling, so
I can feel you. Yes, of course.
But I have to have a few Xanax when I'm traveling. I hate, as George also does, going into an airplane. But the traveling thing, being in another country, I love it.
All right, Blend. If you could have any artist on your track, dead or alive, who would you pick? Who is your favorite? Who would be your favorite?
This is very serious question because I will be very sad if I cannot have him after. No, I'm kidding. Any artist.
Who would you like to work with that you hadn't had a chance or?
I would like to work with Luciano more, and if in an imaginary world I would like to work with Dennis Brown.
All right, yeah.
He's one of the biggest voices, not only in reggae, but in international, in all music.
The music industry, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. And very not really, misrepresented in a way.
Yeah. SugahSpank, you maybe? If you had any artist, which would it be?
Okay, it's really stupid because it has nothing to do with the music that we play. But
it doesn't matter. Music is universal.
There is a band in Georgia, USA, called the Black Lips. That I don't know, for some reason I love them. Like I recently listened to them like a couple of years ago, and I hadn't had a favorite band that I was obsessed with anything since I was I don't know 15 or 16. And for some reason, I hear this band, which is nothing much, really, but they're just like true, like honest music. It's just it. And they're really, really good at gigs. And for some reason, they stuck to me, and I would love to play with them. I don't know.
Nice. All right. Again, question for both of you. Maybe name the first song that pops in your mind from your own personal playlist that you listen.
Not from my music, from our music.
No, but from your playlist on your phone or.
It's Belmondo and Youssef Latif. Après les yeux. It's one of my favorites.
I'll make sure to check that one out. Blend, you from your playlist, personal.
I don't know. I listen to many different stuff. Like I can listen to classical music and then jazz and then reggae, then soul. And actually, I have Spotify. I will tell you what is the last tune I played. The last record I played is a record from Reggae.Si.
Nice.
But it could be anything.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, I understand. Maybe Blend, like I said, you are a long-time player in this game. Do you have any young upcoming artists from Greece or anywhere from all over the world that you know that we have to check? who would you recommend that we go check and listen and give it
we have a new record out with Big Shine. He's an upcoming. I mean, he works a lot of years. MC from Greece.
All right, you released with him one track already this year, right?
I released one track with him, yes, already. And we maybe do some more. And I cannot
BNC, shout out.
BNC is my brother. We worked together for 20 years.
Yeah.
Of course, he's not upcoming. He went
in the game, but all right.
Gone again.
SugahSpank, you any young soul singers or any other singers that we should check, we should listen?
There is a lot of hype going on in Greece with the singer called Marina Sati. And who else? I love a girl called Melissa Green. She's really good, but in a totally different style. She's not into soul. There are not many soul singers in Greece, really. I wouldn't say that they actually, make their own records.
All right. So let's move on to what's next for you guys. What's next in this year and in your projects already? Upcoming albums, shows, Blend. Like we said, you already released with MC Big Shine, and I know SugahSpank. You are also with the Swing Shoes band, right?
Yeah.
What's going on in that field? What's next for you guys?
I'm working on tunes for a new Roots Evolution EP. All
right.
Yes, basically this, and I have another project with Palov called Palov and Mishkin.
Okay.
Where we play more, let's say, world music. We combine reggae with funk, with cumbia, with Latin, and we just did some tracks actually for a new platform here in Greece that artists are blending traditional Greek elements with their kind of stuff.
All right, sounds nice.
Yes, quarantine is good if you want to be busy in the studio. It can be very productive.
And SugahSpank, how tell us more about the Swing Shoes band and you. How what's that all about? Because I know they play Greek music with the gypsy vibes and so on and so on. How did you meet them?
We started playing like I think 11 years ago. As soon as my album with Blend was out, I listened to a couple of songs of them and I told them that I wanted to work with them, and we became friends and we were playing ever since, without being difficult or, it's a really easy collab where, we've become relatives. One has married the other and married his brother or sister, whatever. And the guys started playing as a really purist kind of mix with gypsy jazz and Greek music. But then I went in the band and they totally changed the way they played. And we were now really close to, old school blues and R&B, 50s R&B stuff, which is totally different from the way they started. And now the sound has become electric. So it's like an Americana thing.
All right.
And we're working on a new album before the COVID thing broke. So we're just stuck right now and cannot work, just talk and that's it. But we're definitely making a new album when we